What's up, everyone? This is Goldilocks, former TNA backstage interviewer, manager, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Thanks for being here.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 336 of the TNA Across the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. and with me as always is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas, it's the season that just keeps on giving because Christmas was just 2 days ago and Santa was a little late, but we got a last minute present before the end of 2007 because we have another episode of Impact. Woo, yay, that's why everybody cheer. We're so enthusiastic about doing this show. I know I am. I think we have like two.
Show.
Yeah, okay. I think we have like 2 weeks left. Well, this week and then one more before whatever their show is, Final Resolution.
Yep.
This week, I don't even know. I don't even know if we know anything. I forgot. I think we do. I think we know the main event. But maybe not. I'm going to say we don't.
I don't know if we do. I could totally be wrong, but last week was that big holiday spectacular episode, which I'm working on pulling the card up right now. But I don't know if we do know anything else just yet.
We don't.
Super fun and exciting.
No, but
because it was such a weird episode last week that I feel like I'd be surprised if we actually led to anything for the show.
Yeah, maybe I'm misremembering. But what we do know is that Kurt Angle and Christian Cage are going to be squaring off for the TNA World Championship at Final Resolution. And the battle between who Tomko and AJ Styles are aligned with is still not really confirmed. For the most part, AJ seems to be torn between Angle and Christian Cage, while Tomko is just kind of going with the flow, doesn't really care. He's almost in his own world, and almost doing whatever like benefits him the most at any given time. But Dallas, I must say, for the final episode here, 2007, are you excited to end the year and then jump into the 2008?
2007 was a lot of fun. It was a roller coaster, I feel like. Lots of things were going on. I was actually just working on putting together all of the debuts and match stipulations and everything that we will cover before the next episode as we do a brief year in review for 2007. And I'm writing stuff down and I'm like, I do not remember any of this. So it's a pretty crazy year. I'm looking forward to closing that out and starting fresh. And it's always interesting when we end on a Impact, and then really that first episode from 2008 is actually still taped here in 2007, and then we have a pay-per-view right after. So really, we're not gonna feel refreshed right away. We still got to get through that pay-per-view, I feel like, before we get into the groove of 2008. But it should be good.
I haven't felt refreshed in the last 335 episodes of this podcast.
I don't believe that, because I feel like, listen, guys, Bob may put on this mask, he may put on the charade here, but when we hit that stop record button, he always tells me, Dallas, thank you so much for making me watch TNA Impact. It's
right.
Bright spot in my day. When I have a rough day at work, I want nothing more than to get on here with my best friend, talk about TNA wrestling. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. and say, shit, I gotta do a podcast later tonight after I work my 8-hour shift. So I'm glad that I can do that for you, and that TNA wrestling is doing that for you as well.
Well, first of all, I'm not doing this podcast with LaFlair, who is my true best friend. He wouldn't put me through this type of torture on a continued basis. And then for the past for the past 3 years, I've been trying to find out a way how to gently tell you I don't want to do this anymore. But every time I find the courage and way to do it, you then say, "Well, I just spent however much money on the Podbean, so looks like we got to do it again for another year."
Or you like purposely throw yourself in front of a vehicle when you're on your bike, or you like break up with your girlfriend to try to like get some sympathy to not record. And unfortunately, to get out of this, Bob, this is a till death do us part kind of situation.
Well, here's the thing, and like people think that that's a joke. No, I literally would rather have been dead than continue this podcast.
That's fucked up.
And I couldn't even die. I couldn't even, like, the car just wouldn't get the job done. So
I mean, and guess what?
I'm Jeff Jarrett, dude, circa 2004. I ain't doing no job.
No, and I'm Eric Watson. I'm gonna drag you from the back of this vehicle until you can't take it anymore.
Yeah, I mean it's an all-timer, guys. We've talked about it before. I got in an accident, and Dallas was still like, "Hey, are we still recording on Wednesday?" And
there's some missing context.
I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of got hit by a car, and then this guy has the nerve to be like, "Well, you're just laying down anyway."
I don't think I said it like that, but it is true. You were laying down.
You're not really moving. So
It's true.
what's the difference in having just a microphone in front of your face?
It's literally true.
Huh. I couldn't even like lean upward without being in just extreme pain of soreness because of my internals were bruised quite severely. But I didn't miss a fucking week.
Well, and not for nothing, but that one didn't nearly end the podcast. But the other time, I thought we were done. I thought it was it. But here we are. We're like, I don't know. Has it been 2 years later? We're still kicking.
Yeah, it has to have been 2 years.
Yeah, so we're still kicking here.
Well, I was hoping your wife would make you stop doing this shit, and apparently no. She likes her alone time for fucking 3 hours. So like bullshit.
She said, "I can't wait until you go record. I can wrap Christmas presents." She was hyped.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Then I had to break it to her. Listen, Bob's in a bad mood. He was working today, so he's like, "Oh, we're only doing one," and so she was really upset about that. And she cried a little, but I had to let her down. I said to be like, "Listen, just rap a little bit faster, okay?"
You know what? This is gonna rap a little faster. This is gonna go to listeners. Okay. Hey, everybody that listens to this podcast, I'm gonna set the stage for you. Okay. It's the holiday season. I work in retail. I'm a supervisor in retail. Okay. In grocery. And
something no one needs for the holidays.
Nothing. You don't need your butter. You don't need your milk.
No.
Well, screw that. So I'm working way too much. I'm exhausted. I have type 2 diabetes. I have high blood pressure. I have autism because I got snapped. Okay.
Oh my god, dude.
So here's the thing. Right? Do I want to come home instead of watching OVW Christmas Chaos all steel cage matches? Do I want to sit here for potentially 4.5 hours recording 2 episodes of Impact from 2007? Realistically, no, I don't. Because I already watched this shit last year when I did it written. And now I'm going to 2008. I'm going to 2008. I did that less than a year ago. So I'm now watching more of the same shit that I already watched. And I'm tired. Okay.
Well, and you know what's the most important thing for our listeners to learn from this is that Bob still showed up. And if you're having a bad day, you should still show up too.
I mean, I was looking at my vitamin C chewables and I was like, what if I just took a handful? Like
vitamin
C.
I mean,
maybe just overdose. Just say
you have a really bad stomach ache, dude. I'll tell you that.
Oh, trust me, I know, man. One time I had like 67 Flintstone vitamins when I was like 13 years old, and boy, I read afterwards that if I had too many, I could poison myself.
Why did you eat that many of them?
I was dared.
Oh wow, your friend
They
just tried
did.
to. Oh my god.
Yeah, he dared me. He was like, I don't think you'll eat. He's like, I dare you to eat all of your Flintstone vitamins. And I checked it, and it was like brand new fucking bottle. And I was like, oh, okay. Now they taste good. You know, there's grape, there's orange, there's cherry. But when you have
Mm-hmm.
upwards of like 70 of them,
Were they the gummy ones or the hard ones?
no, they were the hard chalky ones.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, we've gone off the rails a little bit here. But you know what? That's how we're feeling at the end of the year, trying to wrap this up.
Yeah, you know what? And just completely random here. You know that one guy, Jermaine Marbury, for the one-up shows?
Oh yeah, the basketball guy.
I think someone on OVW is stealing his gimmick.
Oh, I don't like that.
I'm just throwing it out there. That means nothing to nobody. It's not TNA related, but I'm watching the show and I saw a guy come out with a basketball net around his neck, and it looks like it's a basketball theme, and I don't like that. So go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I'm going to do a quick rundown of our show from last week, and Bob, I only have one note before we get into today's show, and I have a few that we'll talk about during the show.
That makes me happier.
Yeah, don't worry. The next episode will have a significantly longer intro with our year in review, so it'll make up for it. But this one today, our only recording in today, it's going to be a quick one. It's been good. Okay. December 20th, 2007.
So good.
It was the holiday spectacular episode of Impact. Every match had a Christmas theme. It was a blast. I think Bob gave it a thumbs in the middle, if I remember correctly. And I gave it a thumbs up because I was feeling the spirit, and I still am today, even 2 days after Christmas. It's definitely not 4 days before. It's definitely not.
No, that's not the case. It is not December 21st at 6:35 p.m. That is not what's going on.
No, it's definitely not a Sunday night before I have to work tomorrow. And Bob has to work tomorrow. It's not.
And I have to work a closing shift, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. I am fucking thrilled.
Well, at least you get to sleep a little. Okay.
I won't, because my body wakes me up at fucking 6 a.m.
Well,
I know. It's not your problem. You're gonna message me tomorrow at about 2:00 in the afternoon and be like, hey, are we recording? And I'll be like, yeah, at 10:00 at night. And you'll be like, okay, see you then. I'll be like, oh shit, I was joking.
Well, I forgot you work tomorrow, and I was considering asking because I forgot. But yeah, anyway.
Your fucking note done, you piece of shit. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off.
I thought you were off Monday and Tuesday. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm off Tuesday, man. I'm off Tuesday.
Well, now I know that. Now I know. So we could record at 10 is what you're saying.
Get your note done.
Okay. The opening match from this Holiday Spectacular episode, it was the Christmas Chaos 8-man tag team steel cage match. It had Christmas lights all over the fucking cage. It was insane. Booker T, Scott Steiner, LAX defeated James Storm, Robert Roode, and the Rock and Raven faction in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. How do you feel? Do you think that the production people feel that they had to set up a steel cage for a 4-minute match? Do you think they like that?
You know, I don't know if I've ever really thought about that before.
I definitely haven't, and I did just now because we already thought that match was weird that they were doing a cage match just for the hell of it, and the idea that it's like we had to fucking set this thing up for 4 minutes.
You know, that's really interesting because just like in whether it be like Vince Russo or whatever, but just imagine having to travel with like a steel cage, and in this instance it's different because they're at the Impact Zone. But let's say like WCW in the Russo era, again, I'm really focusing on here, is like let's go to fucking Birmingham, Alabama. Well, we need the cage though, and then you set it up, and it's like a minute and a half Chronic against the Harris Brothers.
Yeah.
So you're shipping that shit from wherever to Alabama for a minute and a half of Chronic and the Harris Brothers.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if a steel cage, like if your company owns a steel cage, if you're WWE, even AEW or anything like that, like a regular steel cage, does it just travel with the set? Like, do you just have it anyways? I don't know.
Like at all times?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good question.
Obviously,
A regular steel cage?
Regular steel cage.
Probably.
Not blood and guts, not like a Hell in a Cell. That's too big. That's a specialty thing. But I feel like a regular one, I don't know. I don't know. We're getting into weird stuff we don't have no idea about, but
I would think that they would travel with that.
I don't see why you wouldn't. Why not?
You never know. Just because sometimes you might be like, I want to do a steel cage tonight on main event.
Yeah, well, especially in like WCW time, I feel like almost a given that they'd have a steel cage, especially when Russo kept wanting to stack them. You might as well just carry that shit around. He's gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that match happened, Santa Claus came out. Santa Brother Ray and Santa Brother Devon with Elf Johnny Devine, and they brought out mini Jay Lethal, mini Alex Shelley, and mini Chris Sabin, and beat him up in the ring, and that then kicked off the double North Pole 6-man tag team match. Bob, on one side of the ring on a pole, there was I believe it was like a glass pane tables match.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other side, there was an Ultimate X. And then whoever won, whoever got their opposing sheet down, picked the stipulation for a match that we aren't even 100% sure what exactly is happening. We're assuming it's a 6-man match at Final Resolution. And in that match, Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns did in fact defeat Johnny Devine in Team 3D in 6 minutes, 17 seconds, and they grabbed that Ultimate X. So we are assuming there's a 6-man tag team Ultimate X match happening at Final Resolution. But we'll see what they actually announce, probably on today's show. Then, after that match, there's a non-title Santa's Workshop 9-way street fight between the Knockouts. Awesome Kong ended up defeating Angelina Love, Christy Hemme, Gail Kim, Ms. Jackie Moore, Ms. Brooks, ODB, Roxy Laveau, and Velvet Sky in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, Awesome Kong and Gail Kim did brawl away from most of that match, and then came back and then just kind of cleaned house there. After that match, we saw the Silent Night, Bloody Night match, which was a no holds barred, like a hardcore match, where Relic defeated Abyss, Black Rain, and, believe it or not, Shark Boy in 6 minutes and 28 seconds. And then finally, in the main event, it was a reindeer ladder match. And if you're wondering, what the hell is a reindeer ladder match? You had to climb up, grab the reindeer head, and the loser then had to put it on, similar to the Turkey Bowl, except it was a ladder match. And Kaz, the KAZ, defeated AJ Styles in 8 minutes, 56 seconds. Believe it or not, it's listed on here on Cage Match, but also I have it in my in the Observer when he talks about the show. Dave Meltzer gave that ladder match a 3.5 stars. So it was a pretty solid ladder match. Besides the whole wearing the goofy costume at the end part, but and yes, AJ Styles put that on. So that's kind of what happened there. Now my only note that I have is related to what a weird show that was. And Dave Meltzer writes in the December 31st, 2007 Observer newsletter. He says, we don't know for what it's worth, but at the last TV tapings, which partially was that show, the show we're about to watch today, and even the first show for 2008, the wrestlers saw all these Christmas gimmick matches, and some other really random stuff, and one that I don't want to quite say because it's technically a spoiler. When they saw all of this on a board, they were asking what was going on. And they were pretty much told that it was because they were doing an angle where Matt Morgan was drunk with power while Jim Cornette was gone. And that's kind of how they kicked off the Christmas episode. Matt Morgan was in the ring, very excited, making all these matches. So the big joke after that explanation was given is everyone going, does that mean that we're building up to the Cornette versus Morgan match? Which, of course, they're not going to do that. But that was the joke that people were saying after.
Well, you never know, man. Lethal Lockdown, Team Morgan against Team Cornette.
Wow, I hate that idea a lot. But I could definitely see it happening.
It could happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so as I said, Bob, that is the only note I have before the show. I have a couple other things that we'll talk about during the show. I don't have a rating, by the way, I should mention for that Christmas episode. Cage Match lists it at a 1.1. I'm assuming that's pretty accurate because it seems to be where they trend, but I don't have a specific write out about it. So.
Okay, well, if that's all you got, let's get right into this, guys. The approximate runtime, at least for our copy, is 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 59 seconds. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the TNA Plus app, or it's your own personal collection. That's going to do the trick as well. I'm going to count down from 3 when I say play. That is when the show is going to be. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
We're starting off with our normal intro. Bob, this is actually a great time to mention this tease real quick for you as we're going into a highlight package. Next week is the episode where the script leaked online.
Oh, that's next week's.
That's next week's episode. I currently have it saved to my desktop. And as we are watching the show, I'm going to be reading down the script.
Oh, no.
I want to see how word for word it is. And I skimmed it without trying to spoil much for the show. And there is quotes of things they're saying. There is the way the match should be playing out. I think it's going to be a ton of fun to do. It's going to be a very different episode for us, I think. But I think it'll be good.
They even have the matches like that scripted out?
Oh, yeah. It was like, this person gets heat. This person makes a comeback. So it's very interesting. This episode is titled AJ's Dilemma, and we immediately go to Crystal talking with AJ Styles and Tomko in the back.
This is from 15 minutes ago.
Oh, it said that? I didn't see that part.
Yeah, it said 15 minutes ago.
Tomko just threw a chair and said, "Wake up, AJ." How are you going to play on both teams when Christian and Kurt hate each other? So Styles is trying to still play both, but Tomko says, you got to make a decision. He says, Tomko, what are you going to do? I don't know if you've forgotten, but we are the tag team champions of the world. Oh, Tomko says he won't forget that they're tag team champions, but he has already made a decision.
That's my cue.
Oh, do it right in the speaker. Let's hear it. Okay, he's struggling. Okay, I didn't hear anything. Why do our microphones... What? Why do our microphones only pick up us talking? I mean, it's impressive, but...
Annoying. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting a new gimmick. I should have maybe waited for 2008, but I got excited. I'm going to drink a high noon pineapple every episode.
Oh, we're only doing pineapple.
My favorite one.
Wow.
I've only had pineapple and peach is fine, but pineapples, that hits the spot.
Robert Roode versus Booker T tonight. That match happened just weeks ago, didn't it? Abyss
sure did.
speaks tonight as well. And it looks like Senshi is coming out. I actually have a note about him. We've heard recently he is leaving. He has been given his release after he asked for it in that company meeting. And this taping was supposed to be his last. Well, Loki is scheduled for at least one more trip to Orlando, which is likely the January 7th and or the January 8th show, but doesn't have a match, at least as of right now, as this reporting, for the Final Resolution pay-per-view. So he may just be kind of coming in to do some jobs, essentially. And, I mean, if you look at who his opponent is here tonight, Judas Mesias. It's kind
I like this look.
That mask is quite cool that he has on. It's like a purple, almost Leatherface kind of looking mask.
Yeah.
Matches Father James Mitchell's suit.
I mean, I could see how somebody would say this is kind of a knockoff of Kane or something, a little bit inspired.
Yeah. Oh, so Tenay has a sit-down interview with Abyss. That's where he's going to be speaking, it sounds like. Oh, and he's immediately spitting blood up. That's gross. Oh, I should also note, I just was mentioning the script leak. So there's apparently no major internal reaction to it getting out. They weren't happy with it, and they did have lawyers try and get it off of sites that were putting it up, but it wasn't something of gigantic concern. So they weren't overly worried about it, which means probably nothing major happens on the show, I'd have to assume.
Somebody just found it on the floor.
Yeah, that's what was reported, that it was just found in the impact zone on the floor, and then someone took pictures of it and uploaded it. And I have it, like I said, on my desktop, made into a PDF, ready to look at. Judas Mesias picks up Senshi, double choke, slams him down. Now, important to note, Christopher Daniels got fired recently due to the Feast or Fight briefcase, right? But you'd think that Elix Skipper was still friends with his partner of Triple X, Senshi, and even he is not in his corner for this match, as if they're already trying to separate them.
Yeah, now their reunion, like the Triple X reunion, was very short lived.
Incredibly short lived. They had maybe 3 matches as Triple X, maybe.
Yeah.
It honestly was
like, why even bother like reuniting them?
Well, they probably weren't thinking that. Well, okay, I guess there's a couple parts of this. They probably weren't thinking that Senshi was going to quit. And then I think after they made that decision, that's when they were like, okay, Daniels is going to get fired from this, which also makes no sense. You have a guy who is going to leave, and you don't just use him and fire him instead. That's an easy out.
Well, I think Senshi's days were numbered when he wanted to join LAX, and they were just like, no.
Oh, absolutely.
Straight to hell.
Yep. He drove straight to hell, and Judas Mesias gets the win. What was good about that match is that Senshi bumped very good for him, and I think made him look pretty dang good. Not that I think he's bad, but I think he made him look like a monster because the way he's bumping for him.
I'm just surprised that Senshi would do business like that.
Hey, good for him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. We just walked into the locker room, and Kurt is holding up 2 suits, and he was standing on a chair, and JB looks like he's face is in his crotch. Like, we'll just say it like that. Oh, he's steam wanding him. Karen walked in on that, by the way. JB also has a mic in his hand as if he knew he was going to get walked in on. Oh my god, he just held up the steam wand and as the microphone to Kurt and switched it. That's insane.
Karen looking hot as fuck right now.
She's wearing purple. She's joining the Judas Mesias group.
I don't think it's because of my high noon either.
No. Also, this is. I'm glad you just brought that up. Last week we noted that she breaks her leg. I don't know if it's on this show or if it's on the next show. But
right.
There should be an in-ring segment where she jumps down from the apron. I would be shocked if we see that part of it. But I guess if we see her in ring for a talking segment, it's probably when it happens. Karen Angle does not play second banana to anyone. I think she's talking about Charmel. Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, she did say it. Okay. Yeah, that freaking mountain goat Charmel. All the attention's been on her, which is hilarious because Charmel has been seen like 4 times in like a segment.
One of my favorite things that they've actually addressed the fact that Kurt had said he wanted to have hot, like jungle sex with her or whatever. Like 2005.
What do you think about these shoes? Christian Cage is on the way to the Impact Zone. Tenay says he can't wait to hear from the Instant Classic.
Waste the content. 100% more. TNAWrestling.com. 24/7. TNAWrestling.com. Oh shit! I meant to also talk like Black Rain this whole episode.
Oh my goodness. You're gonna hurt yourself if you do that.
Well, maybe that's how I can get myself off the podcast.
I'll have to bring in like special guest hosts, kind of like when there was no Raw GM for like 3 years, and they just brought in like celebrities.
There you go. Yeah, we could get Screech could be on here. We could get Joseph Cage could be on here.
Yeah, we can grab everyone.
MJT could be on here.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely options. My ex-girlfriend Carly, you could probably hit her up because you're a big fan of hers.
I don't even have a funny thing to say in response to that. Like, what the fuck? Christian Cage is in the ring in street clothes.
Yeah.
I like that fan sign that was like written on like a black cardboard so you couldn't even read it because the lights are off. Christian says, I hate indecision. I hate someone or something that's unwilling to make a decision. There's 3 ways in life to obtain greatness. There's a select few that were born great.
Crowd is loving to say what today?
What? What? What?
I thought we had moved past that.
We still haven't moved past it, and it's 2025.
Is that true? I mean, I don't watch it. Is that people are still doing the what chant?
Sometimes. It's like the worst. If you're doing a promo and you pause, they're yelling something. And usually it's what?
Simply the champ.
Tomko, AJ, the time has come. TNA is not big enough for Christian Cage and Kurt Angle, even though it has been this way for over a year now.
Yeah, but now it's different.
Christian says, I'm not asking, I'm telling you to let me know where your loyalties lie. It looks like AJ Styles is about to come out here and let him know what side he is choosing.
He looks conflicted already.
Yeah, he does. An interesting note by Mike Tenay, Tomko is not with him. I think Tomko's going to pick Christian Cage.
You think Tomko is?
Yeah, they got too much history.
Christian just said, did AJ forget to bring the guy who looks like a goat? It's messed up. I don't think I would take a bullet for my boss.
Well, AJ would. He loves Christian Cage.
Would you take a bullet for your boss?
They're pretty nice. A bullet, like, am I gonna die though, or am I gonna be injured?
I'm gonna say it would go right through your vocal cord. That way you couldn't talk anymore.
Oh, I might do it then. I'm going nonverbal. So Christian is taking credit for every pay-per-view Styles is on, every win, everything about his career. He's taken all the credit for it. It's all because of me. The way Christian talks makes you think that he wouldn't want Styles to be like, yeah, I'm going to be on your side. Like, you're kind of being a jerk. I don't know if I want to be on your side. Oh, he said, oh, by the way, I had 3 world championships. Oof. I know it was a few years before I got to TNA, but I'm going to take credit. It's because of me. So now he's even taking credit for stuff that he wasn't even here for.
That makes sense though, because I remember watching Hard Justice 2005, and if you go back to the podcast back in the archives, I said that AJ won that because of Christian Cage.
Yeah, like you were like, wow, he's really charismatic. He's becoming an instant classic. And then all of a sudden, boom, he won. And then Christian came in.
That's how he rolls.
Yep. Speaking of, here comes Kurt Angle with Karen. I bet you this is the segment that it happens, Bob.
I was gonna say, is this the segment where she fucking breaks her leg?
Yeah. And unless we see them get out of the ring, we might not even see it. And she is wearing heels, which is what was being reported.
Yeah, she definitely is. I doubt. I'm gonna say we don't see her jumping down.
I'm more wondering if they'll do some tricky editing where it depends if they chase Kurt out of the ring or something like that. If not, there's no reason that we would see it, really. Oh, Kurt's saying, what do you mean I'm using AJ for what? Muscle? I'm an Olympic gold medalist. And I did that on my own. What am I using him for? Brains? Oh, he says, I'm the most intelligent man in TNA. Isn't that right, baby? He looks back at Karen. So the way I see it, the only one that's been using him is you. Points right at Christian Cage.
What a twist.
And that means AJ is coming with me. AJ's big enough to make his own decisions. He's coming with me. Oh, AJ kind of just pulled them both into each other. And here we go. We're brawling. And Karen is getting out of the ring, but it didn't look like she was getting out in a way that she would snap her ankle. So I don't think this is the segment.
Oh.
Oh, no. AJ Styles just got laid out with the tag team title by Christian because Kurt ducked. There's Tomko.
Yeah, Karen is definitely walking normally, so she did not snap her leg there.
Okay, so it's not happening yet. Thanks for showing up, Tomko. When your little buddy wakes up, tell him we have a decision to make, and I want it by the end of the night. Okay, so that was not the snap ankle segment. It's good to know.
No.
Booker T and Charmel in the back. He's just like yelling. And now Robert Roode is being interviewed with Crystal. Robert Roode is a main eventer because he's going one-on-one with Booker T. I didn't do it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it definitely happened.
Was that or was that not basically his first match?
It was his first singles match. It was him and Roode.
Yeah,
Booker and
so
Roode.
what the fuck?
It's different now though, because like we're supposed to have short-term memory loss, which a lot of times we do on this podcast.
That is true. You'll find out that it pays to be... Oh, here comes Ms. Brooks. What are you doing, Robert? Crystal, did you hear Robert Roode give Ms. Brooks permission to speak? No. You work for me. My word is the law. The reason that you exist here is to take orders from Robert Roode. Don't ever disrespect me again. Things are getting tense in Robert Roode Inc.
He needs to find a better job.
Looks like we're heading to that Robert Roode versus Booker T matchup now.
Robert Roode.
Oh, he's looking back, making Tracy come out, or Ms. Brooks.
Ms. Brooks.
Oh, and there's the number one fan. I still don't think that's going anywhere. Because she's just been there staring, and they keep showing her on camera, and nothing ever happens.
Yeah, it's been going on for like, I feel like over a month now.
Dude, it's been like 3 months.
It's been a significant amount of time.
And it's even been a significant amount of time since they've been showing her on camera and like specifically cutting to her. And she was there before that.
Right.
He makes Ms. Brooks sit ringside. As Booker T comes out, here's a random note for you, Bob, because I have nowhere else to put this in. But it's being reported that Scott Hall actually worked a Juggalo Championship wrestling event last week in Michigan, and it was actually his first wrestling event since he no-showed the TNA pay-per-view last month. He did tell people he knew he fucked up and was hoping to get a second chance at some point.
Yeah. You know what's gross is that he probably will.
Yeah, and what, like 2 years or so?
I mean, maybe.
Well, the funny thing is, we discussed it, but I didn't know I didn't even know he had the return he did when we just saw him. So the fact that was even happened, I was very surprised about. So I'm not going to even hold my breath that it won't be before the 2010 era.